Happy New Year, people. Hope you had a safe night last night for everyone who celebrates the New Year. I know some people don't. I'm pretty sure they don't in Australia, so shout out to all my Australians out there. But that's enough about that. We're talking about the movie Heretic today. The movie was pretty damn good. Yes, Hugh Grant's great. Yes, it dives into some really interesting philosophy of religion that I found super interesting. But I'm here today to talk about one thing in particular that I thought was super cool in the movie. The movie, if you don't know, follows two sisters, Sister Barnes and Sister Paxton. They're not real sisters. They're Mormon missionaries who show up to this creepy old guy's house. They gotta preach the message, blah, blah, blah. He's a creep. He's a weirdo. See what I did there? And yeah, now they gotta get out of the situation. What I really liked about this movie is that they present these two girls. One is Sister Barnes, one is Sister Paxton. Sister Barnes is like the survivalist. She's the one that's like, this is weird. This is what we're gonna do. He's creepy. Did you see how he did this? Did you see how he did that? Sister Paxton is a little more, I don't want to say like oblivious, but a little more naive in these situations, a little more, you know, reliant on Sister Barnes to help her navigate this situation. And you're like, okay, one of these girls is going to die. The other one is probably going to escape. That's how it's going to work. You know, if you watch horror movies, you kind of get a feel for these things. It's just, you know, I don't know, just, you know, horror movies are horror movies. But what I really liked about this movie is that they set up Sister Barnes. Like I said, you're like, Sister Barnes is the determined one. She's the one that's picking up on things. And she's not the one, spoilers, that survives this. She dies, not even like fairly quickly, but she dies in a very unceremonious way, just in a way that's very quick and abrupt. It's crazy because horror movies have trained us to kind of pick out who's going to be the survivor girl, right? And I think that in that regard, Heretic is a pretty good play on the survivor girl trope and formula. Because yes, we see those characters in horror that like, okay, she's got it figured out. He's got it figured out. They're gonna be the one that survives this. They're gonna be the one that's able to outthink the killer. First of all, she does outthink the killer like 100%. She's starting to, you know, match his game with him. And the dude's just salty as hell. The dude's just petty. He just kills her. And not only is it good for making this movie more creative and original, but it does something that I like in forcing its not so, you know, survival character to step up and become that character. Sister Paxton, after Sister Barnes dies, she has to step up and fight through everything that she has to become the survivor girl. Even though she doesn't have the skills, she doesn't have the personality to become that. It is awesome. I think both Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East do phenomenal work here. Obviously Hugh Grant, like I said, he's really cool too. He's really good. They do phenomenal work though in making these two characters feel real, and it feels more real in a situation because, again, I don't want to say if I'm a killer, if some schmo is, you know, picking off people and he has them captured in his cage, if you see someone that's like, you know, piecing the whole thing together, one of those people that's done, you know, a million escape rooms, they're hitting the gym, they're good at everything, they have a genius IQ, you're killing them first. You're wiping them out. You want them out of the situation because they're the person that's going to foil your plan. It makes Mr. Reed a lot better as a villain, and I just think it's something that I saw in this movie that I was like, that stands out to me. I like that they did that. I like that it played against the horror formula without being, you know, the super meta critique of movies. No, it just sees one thing that is kind of a trend in horror movies, and they're like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna do this instead. Really enjoy it. One of my favorite things about Heretic. Overall, pretty good movie. As I said earlier, really enjoyed it. One of my top 30 of the year, I think. I haven't looked at my list. But if you want to see my top 30 movies of the year, subscribe to my other channel, J Films. It's right here. Do that. That's the video. New videos every single day. Hit subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Have a good New Year. Let's get after it. All right.